Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. This is Keith's Hot Takes, episode 2. So, on today's first episode, we're going to recap all 32 draft picks from last night's draft. And we're going to start out first with the Cleveland Browns. They selected Baker Mayfield with the first overall pick. I think it's a good pick if Baker can stick to football and not get caught up in the party life. I love it. I don't know if they're going to have him starting day one or if they're going to have Tyrod Taylor, who's been working out with the receivers in the offseason, start. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And if Baker can, like I say, stick to football and not get caught up in the party life because he loves to party and, he has his antics. But I love the selection for the Browns. They got a good, young, flashy quarterback who is undersized, but I think he could get them all the way up to second in the AFC North behind the Steelers, because the Bengals and Ravens, yeah, you just don't know. I'll get into them later on in the draft picks. So next, the Giants, they got Saquon Barkley out of Penn State. As a Cowboy fan, you hate to see this because you have to see such a good running back like this twice a year, but this is the perfect fit for the Giants because they won't have to rely on Eli throwing it almost 60 times a game. They have him and Jonathan Stewart. I think that works well together, and I think Barkley will be top 5 in rushing next year. If that line can mesh together. They got Nate, what's his name, Nate Soldier, from the Patriots. So I think the Giants, I love the selection for them. They get a running back for the next 10 to 15 years. So I just love this pick for them, and can't wait to see him and Zeke go at it week 2. So third, the Jets, they selected Sam Darnold. And I love this because Josh McCown, he may have one more year left in him, and then he may retire, or maybe 1 or 2 more years in him. So you need to draft a quarterback for the future. And if Darnold can work on his turnover problems that he had in college, I think this is a great pick for them. Now they just need to go get some receivers for him to throw to, because I honestly can't tell you any of the Jets receivers right now. I honestly couldn't tell you. So look at them in the second round. Go get them a big time baller, a receiver, a game changer. So yeah, look for that in the second round tonight. The fourth pick. Where is the fourth pick? Where is the hold on. Oh yes, with the fourth pick, the Browns, they selected Denzel Ward from Ohio State. I love this pick. The only thing is that all their corners right now are really small, but they can play. And Denzel Ward, he's the best corner in this draft. I love this for the Browns. They're ready to win now on defense, I think. I think with Myles Garrett last year, I think if they can put the pieces together, I see the Browns winning at least 6 or 7 games this year. I haven't looked at their schedule to diagnose it, but I could see them winning a couple games this year. I definitely don't see them going 0-16 this year with all that talent. Oh, they got forgot they got Landry from the Dolphins. And they got Josh Gordon if he can stay out of trouble. So yeah, this definitely will be an improved Browns team. I definitely see them on the uprise in the next season. Now with the fifth pick, Denver Broncos took Bradley Chubb out of NC State. He is a game changer. I love that. Put him on one side, and with Von Miller on the other. I love it, and I just that's gonna be nightmares, especially for the teams in their division who have to go against that twice a year. Whew, good luck. Yeah. I expect them to dominate, and it's just going to be interesting to see if they are going to rely on the defense and hope Case Keenum can score them at least 10 points. I was thinking they were going to draft a quarterback because I really don't trust Case Keenum after that performance he had in the NFC Championship game. But They they did not go with quarterback. They went with the best defensive player, I think, in the one of the best defensive players in the draft, I think, in Bradley Chubb. So I like that for them, and I think it's gonna work out well. Just gonna be interesting to see how they piece it all together and how they fit him in with Von Miller and Shane Ray and all those people and all those weapons they have on defense. So it'll be interesting to see. And also, I thought that they were going to go corner to replace Talib after they let him go to the Rams. So it'll be interesting to see where the Broncos go from here. The Colts selected Quentin Nelson out of Notre Dame. He is a monster at guard. I really like this because Andrew Luck can barely play a whole season, and they've been trying to say they're going to fix this offensive line for years. And this is a good step. This is a good step towards fixing that. I think he's the best guard in the draft. And Notre Dame, they produce good offensive linemen, and I really think he can work out well for them. And I think they need to keep working on an offensive line in the draft. I think they just for the rest of their picks, they just need to keep building up that offensive line and trying to protect Andrew Luck if he comes back. Because I don't know if he's coming back the way he's been prolonging this injury. So he's the NFL's version of Kawhi Leonard. Because it seems like he can't stay healthy. And it'd just be interesting to see if Luck comes back next year, how he's progressing and all that. Now with the 7th pick, the Buffalo Bills selected Josh Allen out of Wyoming. I love this pick. The kid has the arm talent. He can sling it. I just think that this puts the Jets in the running in the AFC East behind the Patriots. It'll be interesting to see them, the Jets and Dolphins, see how if they can snap New England's dominance of running the NFC East. I really like this pick. I think he probably will start day one because I don't. Oh, they have AJ McCarron, but I don't think that the Bills, depending on what he does in preseason, I can't see them not having him starting day one. And I hope it works out for them because the kid has an arm. He showed it off in the bowl game and at the Senior Bowl. So I like this for the Bills. Next, the Bears selected Roquan Smith out of Georgia, linebacker. He their biggest need was linebacker, and Smith, he fits the bill. The team is hoping he's the new version of Brian Urlacher. Now that I'm not trying to compare him to Brian Urlacher, but that's what the team hopes that they get out of him, and that's not a too far off comparison because Roquan is a monster. And I really think he can help that defense who was already pretty good. They were just missing a dominating linebacker, and I think that they got that. Okay, so the 49ers, they selected tackle Mike McGinnis. I hope I said that right. If I said that wrong, Mike, please don't come at me. You're 6'8". Please don't come for me if I didn't say your name right. He's an offensive tackle out of Notre Dame, and he mauls you like a bear. I love this for the 49ers. That's probably why they traded Trent today to the Patriots. And I think they got the 95th pick also with that. So that's probably why they traded Trent, because they got Mike McGinnis, or however you say this name. He's a mauler. He's a top-rated tackle. He is 6'8", 309, and he just mauls people, and he is very athletic. He can protect Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's also powerful in the run game. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all meshes together for the 49ers. And the final pick in the 10th round is the Arizona Cardinals. They selected Josh Rosen, who was very upset that he didn't get picked before that. He said there were 9 mistakes before me, which I thought was hilarious. But Arizona, now they have 2 quarterbacks who have injury problems, who can't stay healthy. But I like this choice because Sam Bradford, who they signed in the off season, I don't know if he's had trouble playing a whole season. So getting a good young quarterback who I thought was the most pro ready because he played under center at UCLA. I like this choice for the Cardinals because Sam Bradford, you don't know how long he's going to play and how long those old knees of his will hold up. So I love this choice for them, and I wish them nothing but the best. They got the receivers Fitzgerald, Bryce, Butler. So Rosen, he'll have some nice receivers to throw to. So that'd be interesting to see how that works out. The Miami Dolphins got one of the steals of the first round, and Minkah Fitzpatrick out of Alabama. The reason why I like this pick so much is because they have to go up against the Patriots twice a year, and I think he could not shut Gronk down completely, but I think he could give him problems, and because Minkah he's just a monster at safety, and I was hoping that he would stick around until the Cowboys pick, but he was too good to still be on the board at 19. Um, but But I really like Minkah. He's gonna be a game changer for them on defense. Now they just need to build off of this. I thought they were gonna take a quarterback, but they need to address the issue at safety. So I love this pick, and I can't wait to see how this works out for them. Now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they selected Vita Vea, defensive tackle out of Washington. He's a game changer. You can't move him. He's 6'4", 347 pounds. He has 7 names. I don't know the rest of his name. He said it last night during the draft, and I was like, oh my god. But I love this for the Bucks because he used to run it down their throat, and now that they have him, that probably fills up that hole, and you probably won't be able to rush for. I forgot it. It was pretty bad. I think they gave up 130 something yards last year, rushing. So he definitely fills up that hole. So yeah, you just have to worry about how long he can play, and with him being so big, he probably gonna have to lose some weight. But I love this pick for them. He's gonna clog up some holes for them. He's gonna get after some quarterbacks for them. 13, the Washington Redskins got Deron Payne, another run stopper, a key playmaker. He's a 350-pound Goliath. But he slimmed down just to 300 pounds. But he's a monster. He clogs up the hole. He's gonna be a problem. But in Washington, I love this pick because you have Philly with Philly has about 10 different running backs. The Cowboys with Zeke and the Giants with Barkley. With all these talented running backs in your division, you have to get a run clogger, run stopper. So I love this pick for Washington. I think along with Jonathan Allen, I think that's his name that they got last year, D lineman. Looked like they turned their D line into the Alabama defensive line. So I love this for the Redskins, and I hope it works out for them, even though they're a rival. And I hate the Redskins. I hate everything about them. But let's keep going with the show before I get into my hatred about the Redskins. With the 14th pick, the New Orleans Saints, they traded up to get Marcus Davenport, linebacker, defensive end. He's a raw talent at 6'6", 264 pounds, out of University of Texas San Antonio. I love this pick for them. I thought they were going to get a quarterback because Drew Brees probably only has 2 or 3 more years left in him. But they need to address the need at linebacker. Linebacker DN. So I love this pick for them. I I think he can have game changing. I think he can be a game changer on defense. It'd be interesting to see if they look to get a quarterback in the second, third round if they have a pick. Um, so yeah, I love this pick for them to trade up and get him because if they didn't, they probably would regret it because that's just how good he is. So I loved it. I thought they were gonna get Lamar Jackson when they traded up, but they stunned us all and got a and got a and got a DN.